Welcome back to the fields of Perthshire in a very windy, very gusty, blowy Scotland. So, I am back. Let me just try and get you out the wind a little bit. I am back. I'm back on the Gold Noble field. The field hasn't been ploughed yet. Well, it's been ploughed, but it's not been planted yet. We got a lot of heavy rain last night, and I think that's delayed the crops going in yet again, because I haven't seen the farmer out so far today. So it's just me with the mighty XP Deus 2. I got 5 coins, I think, off this field last time, and one of them was silver. So obviously it's produced a mid 15th century Gold Noble, so anything is possible. So I won't waffle on any longer. Let's go and see what we can find. It's not even taken me 10 seconds and we've got our first target. And better still, I don't actually have to dig a hole because it's right on the surface. An ear blowing 7980, and it looks like a bit of lead to me. And it is a bit of lead. It's a big sheet of lead. Maybe a bit of roofing lead or a wee off-cut. Purpose, date, age, completely unknown, but could potentially be hundreds or even thousands of years old. But it's a start. Only 30 seconds later and we've got target number 2. A very nice 68, or loud 68. I'm not sure it's going to be nice. I think this is going to be the dreaded tin foil, to be honest. But I didn't dig, I always live dig the first target, and I didn't live dig the last one because it was on the surface. So how about I live dig this bit of foil? Well, I was right. Oops, that is a bit of tin foil. God, it's terrible when you're right all the time. 3 signals in the first minute and a half. I love ploughed fields. So this one is a 90, which is within the realms of silver, but unfortunately also aluminium. Could also be Georgian copper. I can see something green, and I actually think we've got our coin. A coin in the first minute and a half. I think so, and it looks probably Georgian. And there we go. It is. That looks like George the Third to me. Well, what a start. What a start. I came out yesterday and I did an hour and a half. And in an hour and a half in this field, I found nothing. Well, I got one spendable 2p piece, but certainly not worth making a video over. So I'll dry this out. I'll get the bendy thumb on it and see if we can bring a bit more detail out. As ever, it's difficult to keep you out the wind, but in the light. Just seem to have had a non-stop breeze recently. But I think that is Britannia on the back there. Let's give her a wee bendy thumb. See if we can bring out any detail. We do get a lot of Irish issues round here as well, but I'm pretty sure this is Britannia on this one. Is it? Or is it a harp? No, I think it's Britannia. It looks like the big sort of ball gown figure. Let's just give that a wee bit more of a rub. There we go. Is it? No, I think it is. I think that's Britannia. And on the other side, you can already see the face of George the Third emerging. And there you are. Georgius 111 Rex. Well, DG Rex. By the grace of God, King. So George the Third. So sometime between 1760 and 1820. That is a fantastic start. Absolutely brilliant. I love getting a Georgian coin, especially when you can get a bit of detail on it, but they're quite common finds around here. We get a lot of Georgian coins, but sometimes they come out in reasonable condition and other times they're completely toast. This one though is pretty good. Well, look who I've been joined by. Here, Jura! Jura! Come here! Come here! Come and be famous! Jura! Jura! She's off. She's off. Well, that was my dog. This one's a little bit higher, 71, 72. Still by no means fantastic, but we're going to give it a go. Well, that sounds like big iron. Well, is it big iron or is there big iron plus something else? Metal detector's just blown over. Ah, it's one of these dreaded little berry clips. So there used to be strawberry tunnels on this field a few years ago, and this is one of the clips that attached to the frames of the the metal poles. This one was an 86, and I thought I could just see something under the surface, so I gave it a wee kick with my foot. I thought maybe a silver coin, but it looks as if we have got a dog tag. We've got Giles Roche-Hill, and there's obviously a phone number there, which I'm not going to show you all because I don't want everyone phoning to say that you found a dog, but there is the other side. I'm guessing it would have been a girl because it's pink. Pink to make the boys wink. This one came out a 67. Doesn't sound great, sounds a bit better now it's out. Well, there it is. It's just a wee, I was going to say it's a wee bit of copper, but it's a little hinge. It's a little copper hinge. Who knows, maybe off someone's treasure chest. So we'll keep on hunting. This one came through at a 47 to 49 and then completely vanished for a few spadefuls, so I must have turned it on its edge, and then it reappeared out the hole. I almost gave up on it. And it's nothing spectacular, it's a little button. It's a 4-holer, I think it is. It's a 4-holer. There'll be a maker on there. You can see letters around the outside. It's normally Dundee or Perth or some village like that or town like that that's close to this part of the world. But it's probably going to date to sometime 1850, 1950, that kind of era. But yet another button to add to the collection. Just 3 feet away from the button, we've got another target. 71 this time. Soil's lovely and soft, perfectly tilled. Not convinced about this one, to be honest. It just sounds a bit washy, wishy-washy. It could be another one of these berry clips, I think. It's definitely got a good iron signal in there. There it is. And that's exactly what it is. But you've got to dig them, because you just never know. Oh well. I hit a little run of aluminium there. Must be where all the workers, when this was a berry tunnel, used to all sit and have their lunch, because I got 6 cans or bits of cans on the trot. However, this sounds a bit better. It's a small target. It's coming through 79.80. It's right about there. So it could be maybe a wee bit of lead or a button. It's out 79 or 80. Still the readout. There it is. Well, it's either a fishing weight or it's a musket ball, because we're right next to the river. So have we got a hole drilled in it? And the answer is no. So that is yet another musket ball. I think I got one off this field last time, or was it the time before? But either way, we get lots of them. And that's probably from a little rifle. And date-wise, probably 1700s, beginning of the 1800s. I've told you before, Scotland first starts to see firearms appear in the 1380s. And by the early 1400s, we'd gone gun crazy. James II, he got as a wedding present Mons Meg, the biggest cannon ever built. It could fire a stone ball that weighed, I think it was 150 kilos, so that's what, 350 pounds? It could fire a massive stone ball almost 2 miles in the 1400s, and it's still on display in Edinburgh Castle today. And there's also a story with James II playing with firearms, which he was laying siege to Roxburgh Castle in the Scottish borders, and the cannon blew up and killed him. Severed his leg, he bled to death inside a minute. So don't play with guns. We've got a 2-for-1. We've got a creaky kind of signal here, which is a 52, and then over here an ear blown 72 to 76. So let's go with this one first. It's not the dreaded aluminium again. Fed up with aluminium, but we'll see what happens. Metal detector's blown over again. Well, it is the dreaded aluminium once again. Darn. Right, let's see what the other one's got to offer. Signal number 2's out, pretty shallow, 52 now. I think it's going to be a button, surely. Ah, it's not a button. No way is that a thimble. That is a thimble. I can't believe it. Look how small that is. Oh my god, that must be the smallest thimble that I've ever found in my life. That is absolutely tiny. Here we go, Les. Your wee tool. I can't live without it now. Well, it's a little, I think it's copper. Looks a bit green on the inside. But, I mean, that surely has to be a child's thimble. Do you think that's a woman's? Could women have fingers that small? Well, that is ridiculous in terms of its size. Now, I've not got the biggest pinkies in the world, but look at the size of that. That's almost half the size of my pinky. So, I think it's copper. Looks a bit sort of green in places, but date-wise, probably going to be, what, 1800s into maybe the early 1900s. So, let me know in the comments below. What do you think? Adults or childs? Nice find either way. Shame it's damaged. This one's a 77-78. We might have another surface find. Is that a wee bit of metal? It's a big bit of metal. Well, it's a big bit of copper. Something that has at some point been circular, but it's broken. It's actually kind of got that colour to it. It looks like it's been in the ground for a while, but not sure what that is. That certainly looks like it's the original shape, but not sure about the inside. Maybe some sort of horse decoration or something, but who knows. The dreaded big iron. But this one has got a couple of big rivets attached, so I think it's a bit of a plough. Maybe. Having got off to a flurry of finds, it's been quiet for almost 45 minutes, but I think we might have a button. 6061 could easily be a bit of lead. I think we're out. Sun's gone away, but the wind's still here. Are we out or are we not out? I think I've moved it. Is that it there? That is it there. Well, it's a thing. It's a bit of lead, is it? It is. It is a little bit of lead, but there's no decoration, no lettering. Just a little thin fragment. Could be any age. Oh well. I must be on a good line because I've only got my wee bit of lead just up there, and I've only had to walk this far to get another signal. 7071. And thankfully, out the hole fairly quickly. First spadeful. Come on, give us something good. It's been a while. A clod? Ah, just fell apart. Well, that doesn't feel good, and it's not good. That is the dreaded Ringus Puleus. Ah, dropped it. Oh well. Junk, the bane of metal detectorists. And again, the ring pull was just there, and the bit of lead slightly further back, and right here, an 86, 88. It could be a coin, could also be the dreaded aluminium. Well, it's vanished. Is it on the spade? Nope. Well, that isn't good, is it? I think it's going to be junk. Well, we're out this time. I'm not seeing anything coin-like. Ah, that is another one of these little strap things. A little copper alloy. Agricultural is what I always put them down to. Oh, it's got the sort of little, see the end, it's got the 3 little grooves. Same on that side, so something that's probably broken, but yeah, I'm going to say agricultural. This was a really jumpy signal, as ever. Take a wee spadeful out. 83, 85, now it sounds like a coin. Get that in there. It's going to blow over again. Right, come on. Ah, I can see something green. Oh no, it's not. Ah, yes! Yes, 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 it is a coin. It's a coin, but it's smooth as a baby's bum. It's probably going to be Victoria, I think, but I'll be struggling to get any date or information off that. Must have been on its edge, barely picked it up. Spadeful out, oh, dropped it. Spadeful out, must have changed the angle on the coin, and it instantly became findable. Oh look, there's a date at the bottom. 1861, so it is going to be Queen Victoria. Let's get the bendy thumb on it, see if we can bring it to life. So I'd never realised just how long her coins were in circulation for. People were telling me in comments before that they were spending her coins in the 1970s, prior to decimalisation. So there she is, looking to the left hand side, and it's the young head of Queen Victoria. So she was on the throne for, what, 62 years? Or thereabouts, and apparently her currency was still in circulation best part of 70 odd years after she died, which is why so many of them are so smooth. But it's coin number 2. Brilliant. This one, 6364. Not the best. Definite 4-hole territory, 4-hole button. But at least I don't have to dig far for it. Still reading a 63. Ah, what's that? That's a bit of a button. Well, it's a tomback. Or half a tomback. Oh, it's got a little bit of decoration on it. Well, that's quite nice, isn't it? A sort of wavy design. So sort of machine turned, engine turned. Shame it's broken. Would have been a nice little button, but it's Georgian. Oop, nearly dropped it. It's Georgian. It's probably going to date to George III era. So 1760 to 1820. Quite a large button as well. And that little silvery shine has either been silvered or tinned, or often tomback was a mixture of zinc and copper, and they often put arsenic in with it to give it a wee shine. So don't go licking your tomback buttons. Oh, dropped it. We've got an 8183 this time. A halfpenny? Don't think so. Happy to be proven wrong, but I think we've got the dreaded bottle top, have we? Right there. What's that? That is indeed a bottle top, but it's a gold one. Probably whiskey. These pesky farmers drinking whiskey in the fields. This is like Detectivist all over again. We've got a digger here. 81, 82, and that's a tiny little footprint. Could be Albert's, but I hope it isn't. It's just been someone out walking a dog or something, but 81, 82, could be another bottle top, but it could be some ancient relic or treasure. Oh, it's round, and it is musket ball number 2. Beautiful. Oh, get it in the shot so you can actually see it. So this one's still got its nipple on it, still got its sprue. Sprue? I think it's a sprue. I keep forgetting. But yeah, so I don't think this one's been fired. It's pretty perfectly round. You can even see the seam from the mould. So they had these little moulds they would make sometimes half a dozen or more little musket balls at a time, so you could make them when you were on the move. Lead's got a relatively low melting point, so it's quite easy to melt down. So the perfect metal to make musket balls from. So again, probably going to be 16, 17, early 1800s, but another great find. This time it's an 88. Bit of a screamer, 87, 88. Definite coin territory. Could be junk too though. Still in there. Come on. Not so good now though, is it? Not so good now. Oh, it's a coin. I think it's a spendable. It's right at the side. It could have actually been there in the last shot and you're all shouting at the screen. I think it is. I think it's going to be a spendable. Well, it's not. Ah, it's an out-of-date pound. It's an out-of-date pound. These are no longer currency anymore. They were replaced by the one with the gold and silver middle. 2005, I think we've got there. The late Queen Elizabeth II. Shows you people are still losing coins in fields. Some things never change. Well, I started with a coin and I ended with a coin. And in between, I got quite a few other little interesting bits and pieces. But certainly I think I got the best part of 250, 350 years of history on today's dig. So I can't complain about that. So I hope you enjoyed. If you like what you see, then hit the subscribe button. The channel is growing at a rapid speed. Hopefully I'm pushing on to 24,000 by the time this is published, which would be absolutely brilliant. So it doesn't cost you any money. If you like what you see, just hit the subscribe button, turn on the notifications, and I'll see you all on the next dig. So thanks for watching, take care, and we'll see you all soon.